The Cardinal World carried on as usual. Humans schemed for power and wealth. Adventurers explored dungeons in search of glory, and demon lords passed time annoying each other out of sheer boredom. But in Tempest, the strongest nation in the world, things were different. Here resided not just demon lords, but true demon lords, and at the top stood a being far beyond such titles. Rimuru Tempest, the kindest, most patient, most ridiculously overpowered existence in all reality. And he had officially snapped. Not from war, not from betrayal, but from something far more sinister. Paperwork. Rimuru's POV. It's been 500 years since I beat Ivoraj and ascended to a supreme deity. World peace. Achieved. Universal balance. Maintained. My reward? Mountains of paperwork. And to make things worse, Shuna banned me from taking breaks ever since she caught me at the elf bar. And no, I didn't do anything weird. It's not my fault the elf's perfume clung to my clothes. Hey, Ciel. Got anything fun for me to do? No, Master. You've already explored every known interest in this era. Ugh, right? I do go outside occasionally to make sure my overworked subordinates don't collapse. Owner time became tradition after I caught Geld trying to work 3 days straight without sleeping. Still, none of that solves the real issue. Ciel, you're oddly quiet. That means you're planning something, huh? Affirmative, Master. I've been preparing to create a separate timeline. Boom. There it is. Classic Ciel, dropping multiverse-level bombs like she's suggesting lunch plans. Whoa, hold on. That would mean erasing everything we've built. Isn't that bad? Incorrect. I will design an independent, parallel reality that evolves differently, using the essence of evil dragon god Azadahaka. The current timeline will continue normally. I swear, only Diablo could match Ciel in chaos potential. Okay, I'll bite. Why go through all that trouble? To alleviate your boredom, of course. By combining Creation Lord Ahura Mazda with Information King, Akashic Records, I can construct a self-contained reality. I'll also use Chaos Lord Nyarlathotep's reality manipulation and improve the world system using a modified voice of the world. Terrifying. She's casually rewriting existence like it's a side project. But hey, if anyone can pull it off, it's Ciel-san. Okay, I'm interested. But what happens to Tempest while I'm time hopping? Simple. By combining time manipulation from space-time God Yog-Sothoth with Flame God Sovereign Thug as time acceleration, we can run your parallel timeline at a 10:0:0:0 to 1 ratio. At night, your memories will sync during sleep. That's genius. Ciel, you really are the best. Is there more? Smug tone, of course, Master. Surprises await you. You'll love it, probably. I don't know whether to be hyped or horrified. All right, let's do this. Prepare the parallel me, please. In a flash, a clone of me appeared, identical in every way, except for the soul-crushing look on his face. Don't worry, he said, sighing. I'll hold the fort. Just make it worth it, yeah? I expect some entertaining dreams at the very least. You're the real MVP, I told him, summoning a magic circle. As I handed over the kingdom's never-ending paperwork to my poor clone, I added cheerfully, I'll even try to find a way to reduce our workload, if I get the time. The spell's circle beneath me began to shift. Simple at first, then laced with complexity beyond even Guy Crimson's comprehension. After 3 minutes of cosmic script and reality-breaking glyphs, Ciel announced, preparations complete. Shall I initiate, Master? Wait for it. Okay. Now. I struck a ridiculous pose and shouted with childlike glee. To infinity and beyond. The room lit up like a supernova, and just like that, I vanished from the Cardinal World. No one's POV. The clone Rimuru stood behind the desk, staring blankly. He really loves making a scene, he muttered. The door burst open as subordinates rushed in, panic in their eyes. He waved it off with a smile. Everything's fine, just a bit of magic maintenance. You know how it is. They nodded, still unsure but trusted him. Once they left, he sank into his chair with the biggest grin imaginable. Finally, peace, quiet, and sweet, sweet sleep. Before there was light, before the stars and the skies, before even time itself, there was only the void. a place of infinite nothingness. Some say the void gave birth to the first existence. Others believe the first being emerged spontaneously, just as the void itself did. Whatever the truth may be, from the void, a presence was born. A colossal being cloaked in cyan scales, with wings that spanned eternity and 4 powerful legs grounded in sovereignty. His name was Veldanava, the first true dragon, the one who would one day be hailed as the creator of the Cardinal World. Veldanava's POV. My name is Veldanava, the first of my kind, a true dragon born into a world of nothing. And let me tell you, it's boring, unimaginably, soul-crushingly, mind-numbingly boring. No light, no sound, no snacks. For what felt like eons, I drifted aimlessly through the endless void, playing with my power just to keep from going insane. Then suddenly, I felt something, a ripple, a presence, a new existence. Not just some floating mass of energy, either. This one was calling to me. Not with words, but through sheer presence. As if saying, I'm here now. My curiosity piqued, I took off toward the source. Traveling the void had become second nature to me by now. But what I found at the end of my flight was, this is unexpected. Before me stood a girl, no older than 11 or 12 by human appearance. She had shimmering silver blue hair, an outfit of black and white flowing like silk in zero gravity, and 2 pairs of void-black wings glinting like stars in the abyss. Beautiful? Yes, but that wasn't the most shocking part. I could feel it, the same divine true dragon factor flowing through her. She was like me, another true dragon. But where did she come from? How had I not sensed her before? My thoughts scattered as the girl opened her golden eyes and looked straight into me. Not just at me, into my soul. I didn't even get a chance to speak when she softly whispered, Rimuru's POV. Okay, what the hell? One moment, I'm activating a god-tier multiversal spell. The next, I open my eyes and find myself face-to-face with the Veldanava. Yes, that Veldanava, the Alpha Dragon, the original, the creator of everything. Why is it always me? I froze. Not because I was scared, well, maybe a little, but mostly because I didn't want to accidentally mess up the timeline or something. Time travel's no joke. One sneeze and bam, no world. Ciel, ever the calm one, chimed in. Master, do not be alarmed. In this timeline, Veldanava has just been born. He has yet to create the Cardinal World. Wait, we're at the literal beginning of everything? Correct. I calculated our arrival precisely to avoid disrupting the timeline. Phew, that's a relief. Still, I needed to act carefully. I couldn't just introduce myself as the supreme demon Lord Rimuru Tempest when things like kings, nations, or even the concept of status hadn't been invented yet. Ciel, what's my identity in this timeline? Master has been reborn as a true dragon. Your existence will be naturally accepted. Just treat Veldanava as your elder sibling. Huh. I mean, technically he is the oldest among us. So calling him Big Brother doesn't sound that far-fetched. Not that I have great experience being the youngest sibling. Cough. Let's just say being the baby of the dragon family meant Veldora stealing my manga and Velzard mooching my sweets and sending the bill to me. And don't get me started on Velgrind, giving me smug looks whenever I try to act serious. Still, I didn't hate them. They were chaotic, but they were my chaos. All right then, if I'm playing the little sibling role, it's time to unleash the ultimate secret technique, cuteness overload. Ciel had already adjusted my body to appear around 11 years old. Perfect. Deactivating thought acceleration, I looked up at Veldanava with wide, shimmering eyes and a smile as bright and pure as Malim's first cookie. Big Brother, I said, voice sweet and innocent. Veldanava froze. Like literally froze. His golden eyes glazed over as his draconic brain tried to process what just hit him. I could almost hear the soft, dreamy music playing in the background. Yup, hook, line, and dragon. This move never fails. I internally smirked. Let the great sibling saga begin.
Hey, welcome to Firescale Audiobooks. If you enjoy our audiobooks, please consider subscribing to the channel. Also, feel free to share your review in the comments section below.
Rimuru POV. That was kind of unexpected, I thought while looking at the dragon who has now been paralyzed like a statue. It looks like my cuteness made his brain malfunction. Look, he is literary. Standing, no, floating in the void like a statue. I wonder how did he become the elder everyone worships. Master, I think this your fault. What do you mean, Ciel? Master, you may not know this your cuteness can even make the most cold-blooded, mindless creature hesitate to make a move on you, not that I will let them do it. Yeah, that kind of makes sense, because after evolving in a deity, my beauty stat went high up the roof. Well, anyway, since I'm still in my outfit, that is probably too not suited to. So I changed my aura to make an outfit to a blue and white one-piece dress. What you think I didn't notice that my gender was set to female? Well, you see, I kind of accepted the fact I'm a girl, and it's because there's a whole religion that was created to worship me as a god and as the protector of the world. And there was. Also the time Cheyenne, Shuna, and Luminous come to abduct me to be their dress-up doll. Yeah, so that's that. Oh, looks like Elder Brother came back to his senses when I changed my clothes. Veldanava, POV. That was terrifying. I almost die how cute she's. Damn, this girl is too cute. Wait, didn't said Big Brother. So I'm basically an elder. Okay, Veldanava, keep it together. You have to be the adult here. Wait, did she just change aura and made clothes? So smart. That's my little sister. Asterisk cough, asterisk, asterisk cough, asterisk. Okay, Veldanava, let's calm down and start a conversation with her. Hello, little one. What is your name? Hello, big brother, my name is Rimuru Tempest. Oh, what polite little sister, maybe she's more intelligent than she looks. Well anyways. What is your element, Rimuru? From my observation, it appears you are very compatible with to be with Void. If that my guess is correct, she is my polar opposite. Yes, big brother, I am the Void Dragon, the Rimuru Tempest. What is your name, big brother? Oh shit, I totally forgot to introduce myself. Well, there goes my cool introduction. Anyways, let's answer her. Can't keep my little sister waiting, can I? My name is Star King Dragon Veldanava. Anyways, Rimuru, can you tell me why you are in a human form? Yeah, this is really not normal, I'm not sure myself, but my gut feeling tells me this isn't. As I was in my internal monologue, my sister said, it's not that I don't have my dragon form, it's just that I don't see a use of having a big body. Yeah, I kind of get what she's saying. You can't even scratch your back in your dragon form. Well, anyways, since you were just born, why don't we play around with our powers? When I said that, I swear that I saw her eyes turn red for a moment and turn golden again. It must be my imagination. Okay, now let's see what my little sis can show me. Rimuru POV. Wow, that was close. Ciel almost took control of my body just because of excitement. Why, you ask? Well, she apparently wants to make a combat style for me. Yeah, guess what this combat style is actually for my dragon form. Crazy, right? Anyway, since we're playing around, might as well stretch a bit. As I was thinking, this big brother said, all right, you should turn into your dragon form and play. Though you may not notice it, your mind may be attached to a human form, which makes fighting in dragon form a lot harder, he said in a sage-like tone. Wow. For a moment there I was really in front of a wise scholar or something, but then again, you can't be a creator without wisdom. As I nodded my head, black smoke began to cover me. No one's POV. Just as Rimuru's body began to cover from smoke, the void began to tremble as it is an excited puppy. As the smoke vanished, there stood a giant jet-black dragon whose scales have a tinge of dark blue mixed to it. It was the same height and appearance as Veldanava, although a bit smaller, but the aura it emitting is almost comparable to him. The dragon finally opened her golden eyes, eyes that can see through the soul itself, and spread his 4 jet-black wings, which represents the void itself. Veldanava POV. I watch in awe as my sister opened her eyes and let out a mighty roar that makes the void tremble even more. I swear I almost caught a glimpse of her power, which is nothing like the aura that she's emitting. Her power suppressed me in a very large margin. Well, I am happy for her, because she can even beat me if she so desires. Well, don't take it the wrong way. What I mean is she is a challenge that is to be beaten, and I can finally do something interesting. Man, here I suggest it just so I can see my little sister's dragon form. Okay, Rimuru, let's play. Shall we? The rules are simple. We both fight each other until we get bored, or you get the hang of your powers. She nodded, and I started attacking her with my tall covered in my stardust energy. No one's POV. The dragon then started fight each other by blasting energy blasts, striking with their claws, tails, or sometimes their skills. This fight shakes the void to a whole new level, It always looks like the void is about to break, but many would sound it unbelievable they're not even serious, just as everyone expect they're playing. No one's POV. It has been 2 weeks since the sibling duo start their playtime. By this time, neither of them have been bored, or should I say one, but they were literally making having the fun of their lives. Rimuru's POV. Damn, this is fun. I might have actually became a battle junkie, but this is way better than doing some damn paperwork. I'm starting liking my vacation already. Anyway, since I'm actually starting getting tired, let's end this, shall we? Big brother, I want to sleep. Veldanava, POV. Wow, my little sis, actually better than I thought. She even showed me how to make use of my powers in more interesting ways, like there was a time that my sister coated her tail with stardust energy in the outer form, and inside in turn null energy, which makes it a very good defense technique. And I gotta say, this fight is actually fun even for me, and from the looks she is giving me, the feeling is mutual. I mean, there is wide, toothy grin plast all over her face, but what surprises me is that she said that she transformed back to her human form and said she needs to sleep. I was momentarily at a loss for words when I remembered she was actually just born. Okay, we can stop to get some sleep. Since we are a family, let's make a house, shall we? Got any ideas for your room, Rimuru? When I said that, she took a pose that screamed deeply in thought, and after a while she said, can I make the house? I want to surprise big brother. Oh, she wants to surprise me. Well, if my little sister says it, who am I say no? Okay. You do it, sis, but if you have any problem, ask your big brother for help, because we are family, remember? She beamed with happiness, said, yes, big brother. Rimuru POV. As soon as I got the go sign, I tell Ciel. Ciel, let's show of a little, shall we? Almost immediately, yes, master, excited. As she said, this black smoke came out of my body, and it moved forward and began to take shape in a typical medieval Japanese house, which is 3 floors, and at the entrance door there is the Tempest logo. That the house was made out of own magicules, so they were black-oriented material in it. The house has bathhouse in the 1st floor, and there is a kitchen with a lot of cupboards. In the 2nd floor there are 3 bedrooms and a library to fill out mega. And so 1, and in the highest floor there are 4 rooms that, well, I gotta say, Ciel really went all out in this one, not that I'm complaining. I look at my elder brother to see him flabbergasted, and then an inspired look. Oh, look like he finally got the concept of creation. I can't wait to create a world with him, but first it's time to sleep. As I was thinking this, I went inside my house to get a good night's sleep. Veldanava POV. What the $2 hashtag is this? This house can even take a hit even with my full power, and what hell is this logo? I mean, it's kind of cool and all, but why is it in it there? Is she trying to create a territory? Wait. If she can create hers, can I also create mine too? Since that is the case, why don't I create a planet and make some inhabitants so that I can get some entertainment? Yeah, let's get 2 birds with 1 stone, but first let's get some sleep. As thought this, I transformed to my human form and went with my sister to our house. No one's POV. As the 2 being went inside the house that in the future be called the home of Chose, due to the fact that in this very home the Chose creator lives. The fun fact is that the being herself has no one idea how he got that title again. Rimuru POV. It has been over 20,000 years after I was reborn to this era, and I had to say I'm quite enjoying myself here. I mean, I don't have paperwork and babysit my problematic subordinate and the troublesome trio, namely Valdora, Ramiris, and Milm. And most of all paperwork, that I grew my body to my original form, as it was quite tiring to always act cute. As I was enjoying my peace, and quiet big brother came knocking at my door. I opened the door and greeted him with a smile. Veldanava POV. I was at Rimuru's room, knocking the door, albeit very carefully. Well, you see, if I don't control my strength, the door will break, and I had to learn the hard way to see the consequences by breaking one. And trust me, it still sends me shivers down my spine when thinking about it. Well, what happened is that my cute angel of sister went into full Jura mode and punished me like a demon. That day, I learned to never to test my sister's patient limit. So I carefully entered her room. Hey Rimuru, did you feel that? I could sense a new dragon core, but it seems like it is an egg. Yeah, I'm so excited to have a new sibling. I wonder who would it be? Will it be another cute sister? When I said that, Rimuru runs to me with her shining. Really? When will she arrive, big brother? Wait, did she just said she? Rimuru, how do you know it is a little sister we are having? I mean, how the hell did she know? Does she has some prediction ability? Might just feel like it. I was speechless. Sheer instinct super sharp, or is she using a skill unconsciously? Well, whatever, I can deal with later. Okay, let's go see our little sister, shall we? Rimuru's POV. Phew, that was way too close. I almost thought I would be caught. Damn, knowing the future sometimes sucks. Well, anyways, thanks to Ciel's advice, I made him think that I have supper instincts. Signing to myself, internally readied my wings, and flew with my big brother to where Velzard will be born. Oh, almost forgot to mention this, but Veldanava already Cardinal World like how it used to be, and while he was making it, I also created very few Dementians myself. And I also created the reincarnation cycle and have authority to override the voice of the world if I wish to, though Veldanava still has the same authority as the creator, which is a level lower than me, and he has the V.O.W. voice of the world. We made it so that souls from another world can come here at a certain ratio, like one soul. For every 1,000 years, I also made it so that when the soul is destroyed, it will always return to the reincarnation cycle to repaired and have the memories erased. So unless me or Ciel ordered it, no soul will be completely destroyed. Also, if a true dragon died, they will have their soul directly sent to me. We also met with Everaj, and I gotta say, he was way weaker than I fought him. Though in this fight I was forced to stay at the Cardinal World due to being too young and from seeing May's genocide, though I did repel some insectors that came to the underworld and gained the title Hell Princess. As I was thinking about this, we arrived at our destination to see an egg at the height of about 5 feet, and the surrounding air has already began to freeze due to the aura the egg was emitting. Me and my brother landed near the egg, and my brother had an inquiring look. He turned to me and said, "She seems to have the attribute for ice, and she seems to be born different from the both of us." I nodded and said, "Yes, seems like creating the Cardinal World has something to do about this, and unlike us who have a vessel, she seems to only have a spiritual body, and also my guess is that seems to be unnamed." My brother nodded and took a serious look and said, "So it seems, so do we have a match to see who gets a name or have this settled peacefully?" I also turned serious and said, "As much as I want to fight Big Brother, we have to behave like an elder for our little sibling, so let's talk." My brother nodded, and we argued for about half an hour until we settled with me, creating a body for her and Big Brother giving her a name. No one's POV. The egg started to glow a blue and white, and the aura it emitting started to skyrocket. And finally, there stood a little dragon, has pure white scales and golden eyes. It seems to any least the beings in front of her, as she felt they were akin, which confuses her, as the beings in front of her had no resemblance to her, as she in her thought the woman with blue silvery hair and same eyes as her spoke. "Rimuru, Big Brother, I think you should give some knowledge about this world and us when you are naming her." The man with purpley blue hair spoke. "Veldanava. Yes, that seems to be a better option, all right. From today onwards you shall be known as Velzard the Ice Empress." As the man said that, magicules began to gather around the dragon, as now known as Velzard, and she grew to her dragon, that is size of 7 feet tall. Velzard POV. My name is Velzard. I am the Ice Dragon Ice Empress. I am now standing in front of my big brother and big sister. My big brother is the Star King Dragon Veldanava, and my big sister is the Void Dragon Rimuru Tempest. As I was looking at my family, big sister created a body and said to me, "Since Big Brother gave you his gift now, it's time for mine. Since you don't have a physical body, you can have this. I also made it so that you will have some cute clothes that will appear when you inhabit it." As she said that, I nodded and started to inhabit this body. No one's POV. As soon as Velzard entered the body, it began to glow and began to have a more feminine form of a child of 12 years old. She wore a white blouse and a blue mini skirt. As the light died down, she opened her eyes, which turned blue at some point, and said, "Velzard, thank you, Nay-san." Rimuru's POV. It has been more than 5,000 years since Velzard was born, and I had to say it is quite refreshing to become the older sibling for once. After she was 2,000 years old, she turned in normal adult form and has completed mastery over her skills. From time to time, I would occasionally have tea parties with our siblings, while the only one who goes out the house is Veldanava, due to him managing the world in the heavenly palace where the angels live. Yeah, I made him create it as office for him. Well, for me, I am still in my house in one of the Dementians I created. With Ciel's help, is an exact replica of the Void, and my house in the middle with a background garden I created due to boredom. Also, Velzard is staying at my place and she is too young and has no one to take care of her. She sometimes asks me for tips on creating new techniques as well as her sparing partner. I also gave Ciel the authority over the reincarnation cycle, since she wants to do some experiments that I also had some students to. Kill time, that as I was reminiscing about my life, Ciel sent me a message. Master Velgrund is about to be born in one of your Dementians. It seems she will hatch in 3 days. You tell the rest. While time sure flies by, wait if Velgrund is about to be born should my siblings know about it too. No master in Master's dimension, no one can interfere without Master's authority, and about others not sensing Velgrund, is because I was experimenting how to fully hide a dragon factor from a true dragon sigh. Ciel, San is as crazy as always. Anyways, can you release her dragon aura? So the others can sense her, since it is going to be a hassle to explain why only I can sense her. Yes, Master shall be done. As she was done immediately, I heard a knocking on my door. Velzard POV. I was reading one of the books at the library when I sensed a new dragon factor, so I immediately went to Naysan's room and knocked. I don't know why, but Big Brother said to never enter her room without knocking ever, and he said it in a serious tone, that it looks my life depends on that. So I took his advice to heart. Anyways, when I entered, Naysan seems to expect me coming here and gave me beautiful smile that is totally illegal, if you ask me. No one's POV. Rimuru. So Velzard, you sensed her right. Velzard nodded. Velzard. Yes, Naysan, should we tell Big Brother and go with him together? Rimuru. It's all right, I already through though communique informed him. He should be heading there already by now, that we should also head there. Velzard nodded, and Rimuru, with flick of her finger, teleported both of them to where Velgrund is born. In a palsy where there's only volcanoes are seen and magma is coming out of them. And in such an environment, an egg is floating above a magma lake, and it radiates an aura that makes the air, which is hot, even more hotter, unlike Velzard's aura, which makes the air freeze. And standing in front of the egg is Veldanava, who is watching the egg curiously, and in the next moment, Velzard and Rimuru also teleported side from him. As he is siblings, he couldn't but help, but have small smile, and ask curiously, Veldanava, so Rimuru, do you know who will hatch? Rimuru looked at her brother and calmly replied, Rimuru, she is a girl, and she has the fire attribute, which makes her the opposite of Velzard, who has ice attribute. That also, I thinking it is the same as last time, right? Big Brother. Veldanava almost took a step back and finally composed himself, said, Yes, they will be the same as last time. I will give the name, and you will give the body. To those words, Rimuru noted and displayed a beautiful smile, to which Veldanava could only sigh in relief. As they were waiting, the finally hatched and revealed a 5 feet long Chinese dragon. The dragon curiously looked at her visitors, and before it could think further, Veldanava, from this day onwards, you shall be known as the Scorch Empress Velgrund. As soon as he said this, magicules in the air began to gather around Velgrund, and she transformed into a 12 feet long Chinese dragon. When the light died down, she heard, Rimuru, use this body I created as a vessel, and I also made it so that you will be covered in clothes. Velgrund nodded shyly to Rimuru and inhabited the vessel. After a while, we could see Velgrund in the form of a 12-year-old form, and after that she immediately went to greet her siblings. Velgrund POV. My name is Velgrund, and I was born today. When Big Brother named me, I received basic knowledge about my family and about the Cardinal World. After I inhabited the body Big Sister made for me, I went and hugged her. Thank you for clothes and body, Big Sister. She smiled at me. A smile that is illegal for her face told me in a calm and soothing voice, I'm happy you love it, Velgrund. I then turned to my Big Brother and thanked him for the name, and turned to my other sister. She smiled at me and said, Since Big Brother and Naysan both gave you gifts, I will teach you how to control your powers. Puffing up her chest, she said proudly. I smiled and said, Thank you, Velzard Naysan. Rimuru POV. After the little family reunion, we went back home. And by home means the house that I lived in my dimension. Veldanava also said he will have a day off since he wants to teach Velgrund 2. I sat in a chair created by me and watched how Velgrund is learning to control her powers. She is currently in the backyard. I created it also has a self-repair function. I use it to teach my students and Velzard here. I also sometimes give tips. Now the only one that left is Veldora. Hopefully I can spare him from his trauma. Rimuru POV. It has been about 10,000 years since Velgrund is born. Now the Cardinal World is complete and functioning as we want. Humans have finally established a kingdoms, and monsters were from the Magicules, and there are ancestors who were created by Veldanava who are leading their respective races. There are also a few demi-humans who are born from the love of two different races. Well and hell the primordials have been created, and they finally started to create their own lineage, and what surprises is that there are people who have been reincarnated that has the qualifications to become a primordial if they do not die or gets their soul shattered. Funny fact is that my brother has been hagging around a demon who happened to be stripper and an otaku. Now I really know where Veldora got his otaku side. Yeah, apparently Veldanava is Veldora 2.0. Even Ciel Sensei agrees with me. And the angels works exactly like they did in the past. Feldewe and his team became phantoms after coming across Ivarajus. Aura and the insectors that have an ego are currently setting a kingdom. Well, it won't be long before Veldanava goes there and name the king who will become Zilurus. As for the others, such as Dino, and the others are currently assisting Veldanava. Well, on the Sprit side is the most interesting. After Ramiris was born, she made her labyrinth and took the Triants and elves under her care. She also sometimes creates Cyprits from her Magicules. Well, that is for my brother's creations. As for my creations, I created the 8 original archangels, and which represents the 8 virtues to govern heaven, and gave them, which is where a soul is judged, and 8 original devil kings to act as rulers of their respected sin and control the evil that needs some time to cool before they go to the reincarnation cycle. I also created 9 primordial spirit lords to balance the elements fire, water, air, earth, time, space, life, and darkness, so that elements will never be overused. For example, these guys can make balance the people who can use which element before they were born. I also created a few races, such as yokai, devils, demons, humans, mythical beasts, and a few interesting individuals who are progenitor of their respected races. I made it so that each dimension I create is situated in various locations. Well, simply put, I created it so that when you have entered a city for the yokai, you will feel the area is filled with life and darkness elements, and sky would be black. An environment suitable for yokai will be present also when you went out of the city. You will see the environment back to normal. I also hired beings to oversaw each races. For example, I hired the 9-tailed fox yokai to oversee the yokai and a demon king to handle the demons. I also created some dungeons for fun. When I was bored, I sometimes went to the human world and go to a place where less civilization and create a dungeon and leak some of aura to make some monsters and lure in some adventures. And enjoying show that I sometimes create some treasures to make it more interesting, that I also sometimes visits my students to check what they were doing. There was a time when I went and caused a war due to the fact that some king went mistreated every other races that isn't human, so I went and leaked my aura to scare them, but it backfired and the stupid king went and sent his whole army to kill me just to get his pride back. I got pissed and completely annihilate the castle. Of course, I didn't kill anyone who were not guilty or corrupted left the scene, and I somehow got the new title, which is chose, which because I used my human at that time. When Velgern turned 20,000 years, my siblings all left to make a new home. Velzard went to the place where the ice continent is and stayed there. Velgern went to the place where Eastern Empire is and started to live there, and Veldanava started to live in heaven and sometimes stay in the Jura forest, which is now called God Forest. And since I was bored, I went and made a restaurant in the deepest part of the underworld. Since the underworld recognized me as its ruler, where people with special passes can enter, I gave some special pass to all of my creations, such as the 8 great devil kings, the 8 archangels, and also the 9 primordial spirits. And some people I personally invite, such as Blanc, Testarossa, Noir Diablo, and even a blue and vert, Rain and Misery, that I always have my Parrel extension there to entertain the guests with my home-cooked meals and some tea. I also made it so that a door will be randomly open to some people when there are no guests to entertain, while I mostly leave it to Ciel, since seems to like the job. Since we are having them, I made the rule that once my creations or my guests come here, they must come here in a human-friendly way, since we don't want some stiff guests, do we? I also made it so that No is able to use their powers here to fight, since this is neutral territory. I sometimes go to my continent to watch over my creations. There was a time I went to Demon King's world and war against humans, spirits, and titans. While I manly went there to check up on my student and found him in a dilemma. Well, his plan was to sacrifice his body to make a dimension rift to cover up his own territory, but he was missing more power to complete his plan, so I said I will help with remaining power. With he created a dimension barrier that separates their world from the human world, though you could still go back and forth each other. It's just that they cannot go in a large army scale to invade each other. Rimuru POV. I was sitting in the couch playing video games in my house in the underworld next to my restaurant with Ciel. Ciel has been materializing in my clone since we've been alone most of the time. And through these years, she's been showing more emotions lately. As I was about to win, Ciel paused the game and said, "Master, it seems Veldanava is about to be born." When she said that, I looked at her, was about to say something to her, at that I got thought communication from brother. "Hey sis, I'm going to welcome our new sibling. You should also go there. I already contacted the other two. They said they will be there. See ya." There then. Sigh, looks like we should go there as well. Ciel would like to come as well. I turned to Manas for an answer. "Yes, master, I shall accompany in your imaginary space." After that, she entered inside my body. I got up from the couch. Well, Ciel teleport me to where Veldanava is born. As I said that, I disappeared from my home. No one's POV. In the sea closed to Jura forest, which is now known to the god forest, a huge tornado is forming around a huge egg. This egg, unlike other, danced with lightning around it. It has been releasing an aura that is comparable to the creator itself. And before this egg stands two beings. One is white-haired lady with blue eyes, and the other is a blue-haired one with golden eyes. And to the eye of these two arrived another. She has silvery blue hair, golden eyes that can see through the soul itself. She looked at her sisters. Rimuru. "Hey, you two, did you miss your big sister?" Velzard/Velgrand. "Hello, big sister," hugs her. Rimuru. "Oh, would you look at that? Our little brother has magicules that is comparable to big brother. And it also seems that his element is storm, which is a combination of lightning and chose." Velzard. "So will he be able to match big brother if he trained big sis?" Rimuru. "It's hard to tell, Velzard, because my hunch tells me that he's going to be otaku like your big brother." Velgrind. "Oh, should we teach him, discipline him before he comes to your house, big sis?" Rimuru. "Yeah, that might be best, although you should let him come after 1,000 years after he learned to control his power. I can let him fight some demons to get experience." As Rimuru finished speaking, in the sky arrived the creator of this world, the Star King Dragon Veldanava. He landed on the water and transformed to his human form. Veldanava. "Oh, looks like I was last, huh? Oh, a storm dragon now. That is interesting." Rimuru. "Do not have him your antics, brother. Oh, I shall make you remember who is the manipulate here." At those words, Veldanava felt a chill down his spine, and his face started pale. He desperately said, "Veldanava, sister, please have mercy. I will not do anything. I was just thinking how storm will have an effect on the environment of a jungle." Rimuru. "Good." But asterisk, her golden eyes went red, and her black aura began to cover body, and said in a monotone void, asterisk, "If you try to make a skill that like Michael or attempt to control our family, I shall make you witness the pits of despair that you will beg for your life." Veldanava. "Yes, ma'am, I shall never attempt to get my family involved in my work." Rimuru, asterisk, her eyes returned to golden, asterisk, good. Velzard. "Nay, Sam, what did big brother?" Rimuru. "Well, you see, when Veldanava gifted you two with Angel Skill Series, he left a back door that connect all the Angel Series to his ultimate skill, Justice King Michael, to dominate the other angels. It is good if he is the one who owns it, but knowing him, he is most likely to screw up, give it to his subordinate, and with dominate effect intact. And if that person is a bad guy, he can control my two little sisters, so that's why I gave him a little punishment." Velgrind. "So, is domination effect still there?" Rimuru. "Of course it is. As much as I wanted to erase it, it still has it uses. So, I made it so that if someone actually tries to dominate you, you too shall have a Sin Series skill that is the closest to your behavior, and that skill will interrogate to your ultimate skill and release you from the domination effect." Velzard. "Nay, Sam, but why did you not give us a new skill?" Rimuru. "It is because you two have not reached your full capabilities with your ultimate skill, and the VOW only gives you the skill that are most compatible to you. And if I just give you a new one, you will waste your hard work." Velzard. "We understand, Nay-san. As they were having this conversation, the egg began to shine, and a dragon almost identical to Veldanava in shape can be seen there. Its scales were jet bulk with a blue background. And, as the usual, Veldanava named him, and Rimuru gave the body to him, and there stand a boy with blonde hair about 10 years old. Rimuru, girls, you can train your little brother to adapt to his power for 1,000 years, and after that he will be under me. That also you will be visiting me every 100 years, asterisk, menacing tone, asterisk. Do you understand, ladies? Velzard/Velgrand. Yes, ma'am, we understand, asterisk, a little scared, asterisk. Rimuru, asterisk, turns to Veldanava, asterisk, you should come too. It is always better when everyone is around. Veldanava, I will do that, sister. Rimuru, now that's done, I'm going back home to open my restaurant. Ciel, asterisk, turns around and disappeared, asterisk. Velgrind, wow, she loves that restaurant, doesn't she? Velzard, you know that restaurant is actually made for her subordinates, and for her to make some to look after them. Veldanava, yes, she made it so that they can relax from their stress job, and for her to encourage them to work hard again. She also said something about researching new food recipes for her to kill time. Velzard, well, out of all of us, she is the one who spent her time without boredom. Velgrind, well, she is the oddball among us. After that, they all left for their respected homes, while Veldora went with Velzard. From that day onward, Veldora became so scared of her sisters that it became a trauma for him. It went like that for about 1,000 years, until he was sent to go to the underworld where Rimuru lives in. Rimuru POV. It has another 2,000 years since Veldora is born, and after his 1,000-year birthday, he was sent here, and by that time, he was so traumatized he began to scream in his head, and with that I had to console him for a whole week. After that I began to know what has happened to him. He's been fighting his sisters no stop, and every time he goes and relieves some stress, he was beaten half dead and was lectured. Well, Veldora, being unconscious, didn't get the massage, and went on rampaging, but on the plus side he got to control his powers, albeit with raw powers, perfectly. And when he was coming to see me every 100 years, he was forced to stay silent as to lead the conversation. Well, me being me, fell for it. And the result is Veldora. After I heard his story, I began cheer him up by giving him some manga and telling him that if he can create a good fighting style, I would give him a weapon of his choice or reward. After that, he finally had a good sleep. After he was sleeping, I put a clone near him and went outside. Hey, Ciel, how should I free Veldora from his trauma? It is recommended, master, to let Veldora become a taco, so his mind will not always be with negative thoughts. So he really had to become a taco, huh? Well, he is certainly better that way, the traumatic boy. So, Ciel, would you like to join me in a little disciplining? Asterisk smiles, Evely asterisk, I would very much love to tag along, master. That day the two true dragons felt what true fear is like and made a very good silent agreement. And that is to never make their big sister mad, or hell will be a nicer place for you. Veldanava, POV. I was working in my office in heaven. Well, I say work, but all I had to do is watch over them and see their progress. And I had to say, it is very good today. I was observing my creations, a portal appear before me, and my sister Rimuru came from it. She looked at me for a second and said, Rimuru, brother, the souls in the Cardinal World is reaching its limit. Though I can create a higher number of souls, but it is too much for this newly created world. The human's greed for power and wealth is too much, so the quality of his soul is decreasing. Veldanava. Yes, it is very disturbing. If the quality of a soul is decreasing, it means that good-natured souls are going extinct, and humans may very well be extinct if these goes on. What do you suggest, sister? Rimuru. How about showing the world what fear is? I mean, if people have a limit to their overconfidence, they may set in their place. Well, how about we let the demons in the underworld be summoned to the world? Veldanava. Or are you saying demons have a necessary skills to break their wills? Rimuru. Yes, demons feed on fear, and souls of humans the best they like are the souls who filled with the 8 sins. And after 100 or a demon summoned to the world, we can let a primordial be summoned and have him become a demon lord. And to become a demon lord, one must have a minimal number of 10,000 souls and the qualifications to become one. Veldanava. Why the souls, and what is the qualification to become a demon lord? Rimuru. For one to become a demon lord, he or she must have a demon lord seed. This seed is given to people who have the mind to become a demon and protect what's theirs, and have no problem committing mass genocide, or people who have subordinates and rulers of their respected race. The Demon Lord seed will be given to people when the V.O.W, voice of the world, recognized it, and after he or she collect the souls, the VOW will be acting as a middleman, and by for me, the power to it is necessary to become a Demon Lord evolution. And the plus side is that when a soul is absorbed to another being, they will be filtered, and the dark side of the soul will be made to magicules when the Demon Lord evolution is happening. Veldanava. That does prove to be feasible, but will humans be able to become Demon Lords? Rimuru. No, humans can't become a Demon Lord. But if they must become one, they must first become a hero, to be accurate, a half-awakened hero, which is really rare for itself. The UC heroes are driven by their desire to protect what's theirs, and a half-awakened hero meant that he or she is only protecting one person, and he or she doesn't give a damn about other people like a Demon Lord. So in short, he is devil in human skin whose sole idea is to protect her loved ones and discarded the others. Veldanava. So can any human become a hero? Rimuru. Well, for a human to be a hero, he must have a pure soul and have a hero egg. A hero egg is born when a hero genuinely thinks that he or she is a hero for others and have the desire to protect them. And unlike a Demon Lord seed to awaken as a true hero, he or she must have a bigger desire to be stronger to protect, which is a very vexing to the human mind. Like, think about it. If you were fighting a much stronger enemy, and when he is helpless, is overcome by desire for power to protect, the hero's egg will be awakened. Veldanava. Well, it seems humans are going to have a hard. Rimuru. Actually, no, brother. If a human fuses with a fairy or have contract with a mythical beast, he or she will be able to have a chance evolve into a saint, which is higher level of a hero's egg. But yes, humans are going to have a tough fight against a true Demon Lord without a true hero. But that is why we are here. We true dragons have all the time we need, and we make those do some work since they are so free. When the first true Demon Lord is born, there will be a first true hero. So those two can be monitored by sending our little sisters, don't you think, brother? Veldanava, asterisk in his mind, asterisk. So that's why she proposed it. She just wants those two to suffer more after the punishment she put those two. Maybe they can change by having another companion. Oh, well, it's not like I can argue with her. At the end of the day, she still cares about family. Veldanava. Okay, you can do what you pawned. I will interfere when necessary. But are you sure the demons will have a Demon Lord seed? Rimuru. No, not all demons have Demon Lord seed. Like I said, all the primordials have them, some of their subordinates have them. But don't worry, I will make things work out. After all, I am the queen of the underworld, and they all respect me. Even the primordials have much respect for me. So if I say demons that they can go to the world, Cardinal World, to have fun, I'm sure they will love it. Veldanava. Well, it is quite interesting to see the battle-hungry demons all worship a one true queen without anyone objecting to, okay, have fun doing your stuff, and next time you visit, bring me some of your home-cooked meals. Rimuru noted and created a portal and went inside and disappeared. After a minute, a bright light appeared near the end of my room, and a table full of food appeared. Veldanava. She is still the sweet little sister I know. Rimuru POV. After implementing the Demon Lord and Hero system, it has been about more than 2,000 years. Humans managed to summon lesser demons, and a few greater demons, and 3 archdemons. Well, when I went and created a summoning circle and told them they could be summoned, they cheered very enthusiastically. Well, I also told them that they could bring back some goods in the human world. As for the other continent, I showed them the original magic circle to create their own summoning circle so they could design it as. They well, the devils loved it too. Anyways, it was time when Guy was summoned, and like the typical him, killed the summoner and kingdom for ticking on his pride and become a Demon Lord, and he also summoned rain and misery. As in the past, these 3 traveled dead together, and it has been almost a week. Since I'm bored, I thought, why not give them a visit, deciding that I told Ciel to teleport me to where they are. No one's POV. In jungle near the place the Ingrisisa kingdom was established, there are 3 people who are traveling to the way of the God Forest. As they were resting, a portal appeared before them, and Rimuru appeared, but other than the 2 girls who met her in her restaurant, Guy decides to fire a nuclear cannon at her. Rimuru just looked the attack and blew a little air, and the attack disabled. Rimuru. Serious, it isn't nice to welcome your queen by attacking first red, releasing a bit of her aura. Or, now should I call you Guy? Guy, and the others immediately knelt down. Guy, forgive me, my queen, I was hasty in decisions. Misery, we are as guilty as we couldn't stop my queen. Please punish us as well. Rimuru sighs and retracts her aura and turns to them. Rimuru, fine, I forgive you, may all rise, they all rise. I take it that Guy has become the first demon lord and summoned you two as his assistants. Guy, yes, my queen, it is as you say. Rimuru, all right, as the one who manages the souls, and as the ruler of the underworld, I, Rimuru Tempest, shall give you the name Guy Crimson as the first accomplish in becoming a demon lord, and as the first primordial to be summoned. As soon as Rimuru said that, Guy's aura began to grow until it reached 10x. Rimuru, well, with that out of the way, asterisk normal playful tone, asterisk hey Misery, and Rain, will you come to my shop a brink later? Misery / Rain. Enthusiastically we will love to Rimuru Sama. Guy looked around confused. Guy, well, would you mind telling me, what are you two talking about? Rimuru, oh right, I forgot about him being ignorant of the affairs in the underworld. Well, you see, Guy, I run a restaurant in level 3 of the underworld, and these two are my regulars. Guy, oh, okay. Well, my queen, why may you come to see me? Rimuru, just Rimuru is fine. I don't like those my queen stuff when we were just chatting. As for your question, I actually came to give you the name as a gift for starting my demon / hero project. Rain, what is this project, Rimuru Sama? Rimuru, well, you see, Rain, humans have a high population in the material world, and most humans have become very corrupted, so their souls also became very dirty, so we have to use more manpower to purify them. So I thought of this plan to make my job easier. Continues to tell what the project is. Guy, so in short, you make us a filter for souls. Rimuru, yes, and it keeps human in check, so it's like hitting 2 birds in 1 stone, and also since I had to keep the balance, I made it, so that a pure soul will become a hero and fight our demon lords. Misery, so Rimuru Sama, do we have any restrictions in moving in the Cardinal World? Rimuru, actually no, I gave you absolute freedom to demon lords, demons, monsters, and any creature that me and my brother created. We have no problems in you doing your own thing. As I said, we just need to keep the balance, so that's why not everyone can become a demon lord or hero. Guy, well, thank you for informing us of your project, Rimuru Sama. Rimuru, now, it's nothing. Oh, almost forgot, Guy, you can get stronger here since after getting a name, you technically became a demon Pira Archduke in the ranking system, and your potential is still half there. So if you train harder, you could become a demon king in the underworld and demon god in ranking just 1 step below my student, which is a feat itself. Guy, Rimuru Sama, I shall train to my utmost best. Rimuru, that's good. That also you two should complete your evolution to demon peer and become demon lords too. Well, with that out off the way, I go and see you. Rimuru waved at them and created a portal and entered it. Rain, our queen is so cool. Misery, yes, she is unlike some certain someone. She treats her subordinates fairly. Guy, asterisk turns head away, asterisk, I don't know what you're talking about, asterisk whistle asterisk. And so they went on their journey, and like in the past met with Veldanava and fought him, but this time he fought because he said he was the strongest, and Guy didn't believe him because to him their ruler Rimuru is the strongest, and so unlike last time, Guy actually lasted for about 2 days before being completely tired. After the match, Guy became the mediator, and after a few months of training with Veldanava, he went to the northern continent and fought with Valzard. Why, you ask? Because he was too damn stupid. When he and the others went to Ice Continent, he was greeted by Velzard in her dragon form, and the first thing he asked her was, Guy, hey, are you really that Veldanava's little sister? As soon he said this, there was deafening silence. Even Misery and Rain looked at Guy like he was an idiot, but as they were about to scold him, the air around them began to get heavier. Velzard, what did you say, you foo dollar hashtag, ing, baster hashtag dollar? And they fought for about 10 days. As these days went by, Guy's pride became to a level he is stable. Why, you ask? Because unlike in the past, Velzard actually trained and matched Guy in magic and even swordmanship. Well, she has the best master as her older sister. After narrowly Guy won at that moment, Rimuru appeared. Rimuru, well, looks like you got your pride in check. If not, I thought I have to take things in my own hands. Velzard, nay, San. Guy / Misery / Rain. What San? Rimuru. Yes, Velzard is older little sister. Wait, don't tell me the underworld don't know me. Guy and the rest shakes their heads. Rimuru. Sigh. Well, let me introduce myself. My name is Rimuru Tempest, the Void Dragon, and the second oldest of the true dragon family, and the little sister of Veldanava, and also the ruler of the underworld. Rain? That guy just hit our queen's little sister. Guy started gain cold sweat all over his face. Rimuru. If you're worrying about me punishing you, then no, I will not punish you. My siblings are already old Anog. They are basically adults, so they can deal with their own problems. Anyways, I came here to tell all of you that from now on you all will be living here. Velzard, be a dear and create a castle for us, will you? Velzard, anything for you, San. As she said that, she started to gather her aura and starts making a castle. Rimuru. Anyways, you can stay in that castle, and you can also summon your subordinates by giving sacrifices or make their bodies with magicules. Or you can hunt a corrupt country and massacre a criminal organization or something. Also, Velzard will be living here with you all since this is basically her territory, and you can make weak humans stay away from here due to her aura. And you can also use this as to buy some food, throws a coin pouch, you can also come to my place for some food. Orders. Misery. Thank you for your generosity, Rimuru-sama. Rimuru. I almost forgot, guy, you can treat Velzard as an equal since in terms of powers you both are. Also, turn serious, do not think about make my sister sad, and you will happen. Velzard blushes, San, what are you saying? Rimuru. You know what I mean, turn around to see guy clueless, but it looks like you have your work cut out for you. Velzard blushes even more and nodded. The demon duo also understands and smiles slightly. Guy is the only one who is clueless. Rimuru. Well, I'll get going, come at my shop while you have time. Rimuru said that and teleport away. And that day, forth the world began to fear the demon Lord Guy Crimson, who resides in the frozen ice continent. Rimuru's POV. It has been about 10 years since Guy became a demon lord, and he did his duty quite seriously. He destroyed a bunch of corrupted nations, summoned his subordinates, and lives in the Ice Palace. And since Guy was terrorizing the world, the nations pleaded to their god, which is technically Veldanava, since he is the one responsible for heaven and earth, to summon a hero, which is technically asking me to give another world soul a body. So I did just that. I summoned a hero and a saint, which are technically Rudra and Lucia, and gave them a good tutor. Who do you ask? It is my big brother. Well, I did it so that he can get a vacation. Flashback. Veldanava is currently being sandwiched between stacks of paperwork. Why is there a lot of paperwork? Well, let's say the angels don't dare to take a big decision by themselves. Well, they can't be blamed since not all of them have a lot of experience, and they're only given limited knowledge, and they don't have life experience. Do someone saying it is good to let them learn? Well, this is to say is not that Veldanava can't be done with his work in seconds, it's just that he is bored. Rimuru opens a portal and enters and says, Rimuru, hey bro, I have something that will let you deal with boredom. How about you get a disciple? Veldanava. Oh, that might be enjoying, so who have you in mind? Rimuru. The hero and saint who are going to be summoned tomorrow. You know the humans are praying to you practically all the time to let them summon a hero. Veldanava. Well, if I was in charge of the VOW, I would have given them a chance and opened a gate for a summoned. Rimuru. And leave a back door open for it to be exploited by someone. That's irresponsible of you, brother. You never thinks ahead of you. As you can see, a Manus can be born, and all the skills have that possibility if the right conditions are met. I can even tell that the VOW have an ego and will be born as a Manus sooner or later. Well enough of how irresponsible you are. Will you teach the hero and saint? Veldanava. Okay, I will do that, but how will they reach me? Rimuru. I will take care of that. But for more dramatic effect, we can make the VOW make an announcement for them to come to the God's Forest, or you can teleport them there after a day or two. You can be as dramatic as you like since it's your student, but don't go too far. Flashback end. After the two were summoned, VOW announced that they will be trained by the Creator, and no one is allowed to interfere. And after telling them, they were teleported to where Veldanava is in the forest. Well, since he was in his human form, I created a house and some food, which was made by yours truly every meal since they cannot enter the underworld. Yet due to them having their magicules unstable, well, not like a problem Ramiris couldn't fix. After all, she did give them both light spirits and after. A day or two, they began their training for about 2 years, and in the last day after theater training, I thought throwing a party and introducing Velgren to them. Ridra POV. Well, my name's Ridra. After I was summoned to this world with my sister, it has been really hectic the day we were summoned. We directly teleported to the god's forest that we currently live in. Velda Sensei said that he could have summoned us directly here, but due keeping up appearances, he let them summon us in the castle, and after the VOW announced that we were going to be taught by Sensei, the creator, and make sure the humans to know that summoning otherworlders is not possible without gods. Knowledge. At the first day, when we arrived here, there were Sensei and a lady who was the fairy queen. After she gave us 2 light spirits to calm our magicule, she left, and Sensei then told why we're summoned, and told us that we actually died back in our world. He just let our souls gain their material body after resting for 2 days enjoying food made by a mysterious sister of Sensei. We began our training for the last 2 years, and I got stronger. Sensei said I just need the authorization from her sister who manages the system to hatch my hero egg, which is mature enough for it. Today is our last day training with Sensei, and we were returning to our house when a dragon suddenly attacks us with her claws. I narrowly dodged and took my sword, which was given to me by Sensei, and started to attack the dragon. We fought for 3 hours until we heard an authoritative voice saying, "All right, that's enough, both of you." We stopped and looked where the voice came from. See, a blue-haired lady, waiting a black and dark blue one-piece dress with golden eyes, with my sister and Sensei, who somehow didn't involve in our fight. Rimuru, Velgren, I think you had your fun, so transform, so we go to the party. The dragon nodded her head and then transformed into a lady with dark blue hair, wearing a Chinese outfit. Veldanava, well, since you two are beat, let's go to the house to freshen up. We have a party to celebrate. To that we all nodded, and we were teleported to the house. After that, me and my sister went inside to prepare for the party. Rimuru POV. After Rudra and Lucia came prepared, Big Brother began the party. He first introduced me and Velgren, and when they realized I was the one cooking for them, they almost bowed to me. After a few chit-chats, we began to be serious. Rimuru. Okay, now since Big Brother must have told you what is a hero, and why heroes are born, I won't get into the details. So, well, you see, we want you, the Rudra, the hero, to bring order to the humans who have a high chance of running amok and challenge the first demon lord. Lucia. But we are still weak compared to all of you, and I don't think we have the experience to challenge the demon lord. Rimuru. That's why I want you two to travel around the continent for a year or 2, since our dear little hero has a lot of charisma. I'm sure he can give hope to the innocents. Also, Velgren will be coming with you as a guide around the world, and she will guide you to the demon lord when you are ready. Also, don't worry about strength. I will hatch Rudra's hero egg, give you a good sword and you a staff. Also, I think my brother has some gifts for you too. Veldanava. Well, since you two are my students, I naturally have to give my graduation gifts for you. So here you go. As soon as he said that, VOW announced that Rudra has ultimate skill Covenant King Uriel, and for Lucia, ultimate skill Wisdom King Raphael. Rimuru. Since you have a huge power boost, you should use the time you travel to master and refine your powers. To that they both nodded, and we resumed our party. After that, the next day, they departed on their journey, leaving me and Big Brother, the only one staying. Rimuru POV. After those 3 left, we stayed there in silence for a few minutes, and Rimuru, you fell for her, huh? Veldanava. Yes, I first thought it was like the love I had for siblings, but after a while I knew I began to love her. Rimuru. Well, good luck in your conquest for her love. Well, I don't think she will reject you, so it will be easy. Veldanava. Well, let's hope for it. So how is the underworld? I think the missing of 3 primordials is not good in a power scale. Rimuru. Oh, you don't need to worry about it. I got made all the primordials my subordinates, and only guy had any territory to govern since Misery and Rain like to hang around my shop, and it's Sophie's place. And those 2 sometimes goes to Underworld to recruit some subordinates, so the power balance is stable. Veldanava. Well, that is good, or it will be a headache later. Rimuru. You're talking like you're the one who balances the world, threatening tone. Veldanava. Asterisk cold sweats asterisk while I was on vacation. Rimuru. Whatever. I should be going then, see ya. After that, Rimuru disappeared into a portal. equals 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 time skip 6 years equals 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 equals. Ridra POV. We are now in the Ice Continent, and I am facing my enemy demon Lord Guy Crimson, and I gotta say, he is very strong. Strong to the point that we are evenly matched, even though I am using my full power and the boost of being a true hero. We have been fighting for about 7 days now, and I hate to admit it, but I'm having too much fun. I mean, after I witnessed the cruel reality of this world, the strong preys on the weak. It is undeniable truth, since it is in their nature, and humans have it the worst. I say children in the slums, and innocent people dying due to corrupt people, and of course I try my best to stop them. But I realize the truth, it is that everyone is fighting among themselves until they have a benefit, as I was reminiscing in my thoughts. Guy, hey, it's not nice to daydream in a fight. Rudra, oh, sorry about that. Anyways, let's finish this in the next round. Guy, I like the idea, let's... Rimuru, okay, that's enough for both of you. I think you had fun. As we both looked at the person who interrupted our duel, we see Rimuru in her normal outfit, Rimuru's true dragon outfit. Rimuru POV. These two are battle maniacs. They fight for 7 days, and they still have that battle-hungry smile on their faces that whatever it's not like I am to judge, since having a good fight once in a while is great. Anyways, since these two are giving their attention, let's get this over. Rimuru. Well, never thought that the Demon Lord and a hero will having fun in their battle for world peace. Ridran guy just looked away. Rimuru. Chuckled, don't worry, I'm not judging. To be honest, you two being close is actually good in a sense. Ridra, what do you mean? Rimuru. Well, in simpler terms, if a demon lord represents terror, then the hero represents hope. Guy. Rimuru-sama, are you trying to unite the world or something? Rimuru. Well, your answer is not far-fetched. You see in this power is everything. So, if, for example, and I'm sure Rudra had seen enough misery when power is used in a very bad way, since he was going criminal hunting. Rudra, what no, and how the hell did you know I was hunting criminal organizations? Guy looked at Rudra weirdly. Guy, Rudra, you do know who Rimuru-sama is, right? Rudra, well, she is Sensei's sister. Guy, and Rudra, she's a true dragon. I'll just spit it, will you? Rimuru, well, since you're not very bright, I will just introduce myself. My name is Rimuru Tempest, the 2D true dragon, the Void Empress, and also the ruler of Underworld and the Cho's creator. Rudra was stupidied. Guy, as she is the one demons respect and worship, she is our queen, and she also is the one who creates demon lords and true heroes, as she is in charge of the reincarnation cycle. Rudra, well, what? So the ruler of the Underworld is the one who cooked for us for 2 years. Rimuru, just so, you know, I run a restaurant in the Underworld, and I cook regularly. Unlike others, I live like a human lifestyle. Just, you know. Rudra. Okay, just for what did we get summoned, if you're the one who creates demon lords? Rimuru stared at him for a while, before sighing, and lets the tale again. Rudra. So in short, you want us to keep the balance of the world. Rimuru nodded and said, it's not like you have to do anything. Maybe you can use this to hunt some criminals, and Guy could destroy them. Guy. I have no problem, Rimuru-sama. Rudra. Yeah, it's way better than doing nothing. Rimuru. Oh yeah, before I forget, let me give you two the first Genesis class weapons I made for congratulating for accepting this job. Rimuru then summoned 2 swords. One is shining brightly like the sun, and the other one is emanating an ominous aura. Rimuru. I call this holy sword Excalibur, and the other one Graham. These swords are made so they can handle the full power of your attacks. I also made it so that the swords will grow with their respected masters and shall be bound only to them for their full power. With these, you can spar anytime you want with Valgrind and Velzer keeping a barrier. Rudra. Speaking of Velgrind, where is she and my sister? Guy. Velzard also seems to have left. Rimuru. Oh, then they got bored watching you two fight, so I'll let them have a break. Velgrind and Valzard should be in the castle, and Lucia went on a date with my brother. The two people just looked at each other and just shrugged their shoulders. Rimuru. Well, with that out of the way, I will take my leave. And Rudra, you can make a kingdom if you want in the eastern part where Velgrind used to live, and I think you two should stop being Denke, or your lives will suffer, because my sisters are not actually what I call patient. Saying that Rimuru disapered into a portal, leaving a startled hero and demon lord. Rudra, guy, do you know what she mean? Because I can't think Velgrin will hurt me. Guy, I actually have a feeling that we will know soon, because whenever I see Velzard's eyes, I get chills running on my spine. After that, the two clueless victims went to the ice castle and to meet the Yendare sisters, who were almost about to explode. That after that, Rudra went to the eastern part and created a small nation, and sometimes sneaked to the ice continent to have a match. Slowly, these two got along with each other to the point that the dragons are thinking they are gay. After that, 10 years have passed, and dragons had enough of it, and now seeking the guidance of their elder. Velzard, big brother, do you know of a way to help us? And that elder is sweating buckets while you ask. Well, it's because he has no answer, and no isn't an option here. Veldanava. Come on, Veldanava, think you have to think of a plan to calm these two down. And that very moment salvation arrived. You all hopeless, aren't you? Rimuru POV. Aren't those two denke fuckers? Don't they see how hard my sisters try to court them? Are they a freaking black hole? Or for God's sake, they even had a bath together. And those two just thought they're just bonding. Are my sisters read too many mangas to point that they think that just wrapping those two will work, though that isn't entirely wrong, but that will leave a scar on their relationship. Veldanava. Oh, hello, Rimuru. Looks like you're having a bad time. Rimuru. Yes, and to be honest, all of you are giving me a big headache. Veldanava. Why is that? Rimuru. Because of those two denke idiots, and my stupid sisters are going the wrong way in their relationship. Veldanava. Well, you should give them some advice. Rimuru. Not just for these, I have something for you as well. Veldanava. Oh, what is it? I think I'm doing a good job keeping my relationship. Rimuru. That's the problem. You have been dating for the last 10 years. Look, for us, 10 years is not a problem for you. But for Lucia, who used to be a human, that's a lot. And due to her kind nature, she tried her hard and not look disturbed. So for the love all that is holy, just man up and propose to her. Veldanava just weakly nodded and didn't rifuta. So I turned to my other siblings and said in a tired tone, Rimuru. And you two are even worse, you two, just giving hints and never say it to their faces. What even worse is that you two definitely know that those two are denke as a black hole. Aren't you two dragons? So be a dragon and go after your mate in a direct way, and don't fush around the bush if you two want to be the main wife, since I for a fact know that they have more girls you can count on trying to be their main wife. So if you want to be first, then put your damn pride away and chase them. At first, those two were looking down like bad children who got caught doing mischief, but when they heard there were more girls, they released their aura, and after the lecture, they both turned to their dragon form and fly straight to their mates. Veldanava. Well, putting that aside, where do you get this knowledge? As we know you never had a boyfriend. Rimuru. Brother, I already have a wife. Veldanava. Oh, that's W. Wait, when did you have a wife, and when the hell did she snatch you? Rimuru. Side brother, do you remember when I said a skill can evolve into a monis asterisk? Veldanava noted asterisk. Well, my skill evolved, and she became my wife by default. Veldanava. But why didn't you introduce us to her? Rimuru. Because she said you guys are utter failures for dragons, and trust me, I totally agree with her, since the facts she says are true. Veldanava. But what the hell is that supposed to mean? Rimuru. Think a little, and you will know also there's a good jewelry shop in Hell at Lust, place you should go, there will see ya. After Rimuru disapered to a portal. Velzard POV. No way in hell will I let those bitches get close to my mate. I'll be first, and the worst of all was scolded by my elder sister about my useless pride. I still remember when we're training, Nesama always tells us that one's arrogance is one's downfall, and yet I let my pride get the better of me. Well, whatever, I will take what's mine and make him fall in love with me. As I was thinking this, I was near the White Palace. I transformed into my human form and ran towards Guy. Some people might have tried to ask me, but I ran like a tornado towards my destination until I reached a throne room. I blasted the door and see Guy sitting in the throne room looking bored. Guy POV. This is so boring until I fought Rudra. I haven't been able to stretch my muscles as I was in my own monologue. The throne room door blasted open and Velzard came in front of me. And Velzard. Asterisk authoritative tone. Asterisk. Guy, let's have a fight right now. Well, I would usually question her who she is to boss around me, but my senses say that it will be last of me if I decline this offer. I nodded absent-mindedly, and the next moment Velzard, and I was teleported in a place I really felt nostalgic of. It's in the underworld, and in a really disart place. And then I heard a voice. Rimuru, you two can go all out, and don't worry about the damage. I made sure to clean it all, so have fun. And that was signal before the battle for my life started. As the battle in Underworld, a similar battle is going in another dimension, which is later be known as Abyss. There are two people fighting there, the third true dragon Velgurn and the first hero Rudra, as the situation with Velzard. Velgurn stormed into the castle and challenged Rudra, who was doing paperwork, to a duel. They were transported to this realm, and one who transported the two couples while she is happily drinking tea with her wife. Time skipped 2 weeks. The first one to finish their battle was Rudra and Velgurn, in which Rudra manages to win by a small margin, and after the battle, Velgurn confessed her feeling to Rudra, and he accepted her. While they were chatting, they were again teleported to a restaurant, and next to them another couple was teleported. They were Guy and Velzard. Like the other two, they fought in Guy's victory and Velzard confession, which he agreed, as the two couples were having an awkward moment. The door of the restaurant opened, revealing Rimuru in a maid's uniform. Having expected her female self, she doesn't mind wearing them. Rimuru, well, since your little battle is over, let's celebrate. So, come inside, I already made some food for you all. The couples looked at each other before nodding and went inside to have feast they will never forget in their intro life. Rimuru POV. After dealing with my siblings' love life, I have been relaxing in my restaurant, which actually turned into a legendary place, and I also put up a bar at night time for our regulars. Well, the bar was for Veldora to kill time, and he was pretty good at being a bartender, and like last time, he put a Tokioki stand and also a barbecue stand. We also have section for having tea and coffee in the one in the daytime. And guess who is a regular? It is our blank, or the new, named Testarossa. Well, the primordials from time to time come and enjoy working here. If I had to say, well, for 4 days every month, all the primordials come have 24-hour shift. All right, speaking about primordials, there are 7 born primordials and 1 rank primordials. Well, I say rank because she is as strong as them, and she has an aspect to represent. Like we have Testarossa, who represents death, so her subordinates have a buff when doing death magic, but for her it is lust, and I mean the aspect of lust. She has a skill called Charm World, which is similar to Diablo's Temptation World, and she uses her charm and battle experience to fight. She can even fight with Diablo head-on. So, as the queen of the underworld, I recognized her as a new primordial, and she has also happened to be a reincarnated soul. She was quite surprised when she learned that this is a different reality. Oh, by the way, her name is Sophie. She lives near Testarossa and Diablo's territory, and her subordinates are most who were dumped by Diablo for being useless, well, useless for him, to be exact. She's actually quite friendly with the others, especially Testarossa, who is having a blast knowing they share the same hobby of drinking tea. And come to think of it, I'm sure she has the shift today. Oh, speak of the demon. Rimuru-sama, I hear for my shift. Sophie POV. Hey, sweetie, my name is Sophie, and I'm a demon peer, and the primordial of lust, and the primordial pink. Well, I'm a reincarnator, and my past self's name was also Sophie with no last name. Why, you ask? Well, I was an orphan and a stripper, as well as otaku. Well, I died when I was crossing the street thanks to truck Kuin, and the next moment I was standing in open field under the red sky. I had the same appearance I had in my past life, and I was gorgeous, if I say so myself. Well, from that day, I started to survive in this world. I learned swordsmanship by myself due to experience. After that, I faced Noir, who is now called Diablo, due to Rimuru-sama naming him. Well, let's say he and I fought for 7 years straight. Well, it is more like he was playing with me, but in those 7 years, I evolved, and in the last months made him fight seriously. And trust me, that is an achievement no demon has done. After that, I was invited to his lineage with a special position as his equal after accepting his offer my charm skill, one of the skill that she was born with. Evolve in a charm world, which is pretty broken if I say so myself, and after that I started to create my own territory and subordinates. Well, most of my subordinates are people Testa and Diablo throw away, saying they have no use. Well, it's not like they're not, it's just that their bosses have no idea to how to put use of their talents. And so I started living my life as archdemon and ruled over my territory for next 10,000 years AMD. So after Guy was summoned, we all heard the voice of the world commanding us to come to a location. Notice that the queen of the underworld has summoned the remaining pillars of the underworld to her castle. At first I was skeptical. I mean, do we even have a queen, and where is she now? So I went to ask my friend Blanc for answers, and to my surprise, she was there waiting for me. Hey Blanc, do you know what the hell is that notice is about? Blanc. Oh right, you were young, so you may not know this, but in the early years when the underworld is created, there was an attack from the evil dragon Ivaraj, which would be enough to obliterate even us. But we were saved by our queen. She used magic to shield the underworld and protect us. And when an army of insectors who were pawn of the evil dragon came to invade, she destroyed them in one attack. And then she declared not to invade her domain, and as we demons who respect power and strength offer our servitude to her, we refer her as our queen, and she has a castle in another dimension. Only those who are invited by her, or the ones who have enough power, can go there. And the minimum power should strong as us, our right-hand minions. Wow, that is so messed up. I mean, I thought demons will never acknowledge someone as their queen. Even Blanc acknowledging her is a miracle. And she said only ones with power equal to an archdemon can enter her domain, which means only a handful of them even can enter, which means only the superpower houses can enter, which is a very scary thing to imagine. Time skip at the arrival of Rimuru's restaurant. Okay, what the fuck is this? Isn't this a restaurant? And what the hell is an actual Japanese house doing near it? And why the hell is everyone having so excited expressions like they just witnessed the epitome? As I was in my own world, the restaurant door opened and a beautiful blue-haired woman appeared. But why do I feel like I've seen this person before? Rimuru. Oh, the five of you come in. I'm sure you all would love to have some tea and snacks. And we can talk slowly since I decided to close the restaurant today, just for you guys. Each word she spoke may seem normal, but there was authority that even we can't disagree, so we went inside. The inside of the restaurant is what I expected. It has a Japanese culture with a bit of modern culture mixed to it. The whole place is quite spacious for about more than 100 people, and there are a few stalls that interest me, which is a bar and a stadium with a mic on the stage. As we sat down, a man with blonde hair brought us some snacks and some tea. Rimuru. Thanks, Veldora, you can go now. Wait a moment, did she just say Veldora? Isn't he the storm dragon? Rimuru. So since everyone is here, and let's get to business. As soon as she said that, aura around her began to change from a childish princess to a queen filled with authority. Rimuru POV. Hee now is my time to prank those five. The Maiwana black number commanders and the soul which Ciel reincarnated as a greater demon. Well, she's an anomaly to evolve into an archdemon in 1,000 years and managed to hit her limit in another 1,000 years. Well, anyway, I called them with a cheerful attitude, and just when they were about to let their guard down, I switched into my queen mode with my aura spilling. Well, I only release a tiny amount of my aura, which is about 2%. Well, what do we have? A demon's flinched, and I can see they're having cold sweats down their back. So let's be a little more dramatic. Ciel would please make my voice more dignified and more dragon-like. It will be done, master. I also made it so that you have project of your dragon form behind you by come and being your aura. That will be helpful, thank you, Ciel. Anything for you, master. Rimuru, dignified tone. So, since you all know, I have given the red primordial the name Guy Crimson and made him the mediator, so he will stay in the Cardinal World, and he has also taken reign, the blue primordial, and Misery the green primordial with him, so they will also be in the Cardinal World. So I gathered you all here to say that you will not interfere in snatching their territories, and if you're subordinates, do something they will have to pay for the consequences, but you can fight with each other if they come barking at your door. Do you understand? All. Yes, our queen. As they said that the aura Rimuru realized quieted down, she came back to her usual self. Rimuru. Well, that's all the serious stuff, so you can stop being so stiff. At those words, they all relaxed a little. Rimuru. Well, I also called you all here to promote you all, to introduce you to another primordial, and to name you all. I then looked at the pink-haired girl. Rimuru. Well, since reaching the level of a primordial, which represents royalty in the demon world, so I, as the queen of the underworld Harby, declare the eighth seed of primordial, the pink, primordial pink. No one's POV. As soon as Rimuru said that, the voice of the world began its announcement. Announcement: the void dragon Rimuru Tempest, as the ruler of the underworld, as Harvey declared the ate the seed of primordials, the pink primordial pink has been born, beginning to change lineage due to primordial pink having subordinates. They will be also changing lineage, processing. Success. The will of the underworld welcomes the new primordial. The whole underworld, when to chose the subordinates of pink, began to feel they have a powerful charm ability. Their bodies began to change to more humanoid forms. The males became more like incubus, and the females became more like succubuses. At the restaurant, the pink's aura began to change. Her whole aura began to have charismatic traits similar to other primordials. Her neon eyes turned to pink for a few moments before turning back to normal. Pink. Niels, thank you, Rimuru-sama. Rimuru. Now, I didn't do anything. You earned that right yourself by hard work. The only thing I did is reward you for that hard work. Pink. I still thank you for rewarding me, my queen. Rimuru. So, well, let's have it your way. Well, anyways, I called you all here to balance the power scale in the underworld, and by that I mean I will name you all, and since you all are primordials, or I should say progenitor of your lineage, all the primordials, we humbly accept your reward. Rimuru. Good, I Rimuru Tempest Herbie declare the black primordial noir now shall be known as Diablo. The white primordial blanc now shall be known as Testarossa. The yellow primordial June shall be known as Carrera. The purple primordial violet shall be known as Ultima. The pink primordial pink shall be known as Sophie. After the declaration, the primordials were wrapped around kokins, and after it burst, they standing there with new changes. Diablo, Testarossa, Carrera, and Ultima are in Theer outfits they wore in Tempest, and lastly Spohi has an outfit similar to a dress with a queen vibe to it. All the primordials, we thank our queen. Rimuru. Good, now that is over, you can enjoy the snacks before they get cold. They all nodded and ate the snacks with various reactions. Diablo has a look that practically says, as expected of my master. What looks like his finactism can't be changed. Ultima and Carrera are like the usual, fighting over which snack is the best. The most reaction came from Sophie, as she is practically crying. Must be hard, not having good food in the underworld, while Testa has a calculated look, probably imagining which tea would be best with it. Diablo. Rimuru-sama, since you've kindly given us names, please let us become your subordinates. All right, I forgot about that. I was given the underworld, and since demons practically worship me, they call me Theer Queen, but it's not like I'm in Tempest, so even if I let they become my subordinates, what kind of job should I give them? Ciel, do you have any suggestions? Yes, master. You should just let them work here for a day. That does sound good, Ciel. List the jobs they could do into a paper. Yes, master, shall be done. A paper masterials to my hand, and I gave it to the curious onlookers. Rimuru, since you want to serve me, I shall give you a chance. This paper lists the jobs you can do in here. You all will come and work here for a day, do your respected duties. They all nodded and looked at the paper, and after a while choosing their respect jobs, they all bowed and left. Well, as you all thought, Diablo became the butler, Carrera became the DJ master, Ultima became a maid, Testarossa became a tea server, and lastly Sophie became a singer. No one's POV. The underworld has 3 levels, and in the lowest level there are 2 buildings. One is a Japanese-style house, and the other is a modern-looking building with a sign. Near it says Kas. Don't doubt my naming sense. This buildings may seem ordinary, but that is far from it. The material used to build these buildings are bathed in a true dragon's aura for a long time, which made it equal to legendary weapon itself. The area near the restaurant is a meadow filled with various legendary plants, which are a world tree Yggdrasil with the size of 20 meters. Under that tree lays a few benches, tables, and chairs one side of the field. There is a garden. In that garden, there is various tea plants and rare herbal plants. There also are trees with equal importance to Yggdrasil, like the apple tree, which houses Eden apples, the forbidden apple, and also the complete white tree that radiates a claiming effect, have no name for it. These legendary trees are spread across the meadow with Yggdrasil and the buildings in the middle. There is also a big sakura tree in the middle of the restaurant since it has open space. This is the realm which is smallest and have the highest security in the whole universe, because it is the home of the world's strongest dragon and the supreme deity, the void dragon Rimuru Tempest. In the house, Rimuru can be seen sleeping with Ciel, her wife, in pajamas. The first wake up is Ciel, her cold calculated eyes turn to Rimuru, and for a brief moment they turned to soft, loving gaze. Ciel POV. As I pinned my eyes, I was greeted with the sight of Master's beautiful face. Master is truly a kind. Even though Master I made Master a female, she didn't argue with me, even though he can order me to turn him back. She also let me research anything I want as long as it doesn't inconvenience her. Lately, I see Master deep in thought. It seems she is bored again. Well, can't have that. Oh, this is a surprise. Looks like Master will not be bored after all. I then see Master slowly waking up. Ciel. Good morning, Master. Rimuru. Asterisk yawns asterisk. Oh, good morning, Ciel. You are up early as usual. Ciel. Master, it seems like your student has successfully managed to find a vessel to house his soul. Rimuru. Oh, that brat finally revived. Ciel. No, Master, he birth is set about 2 days from now on. Rimuru. Oh, was that so? Well, Ciel, do we have plans for the 10 years? Ciel. Negative, Master. All we have to do is opening the restaurant, which can be done by clone without any powers, since it is only necessary for supervision. Veldanava and the others can run the restaurant, club like usual, and if necessary, we can always tell your subordinates to keep an eye on the restaurant. Rimuru. That is so. Well, Ciel, make the preparations for our departure. Ciel. It shall be done, Master. Rimuru. All right, let's get ready and open up the store. Hey, Ciel, want to take a bath, me? Ciel. Of course, Master. No one's POV. After the two freshen up, they went to have breakfast at the dining table. There were two people. One is blonde man in a white shirt and a black trousers, and the other is a black hair with red strikes women her eyes like two rubes, while the other has two golden eyes. These two are Veldanava and Ivaraj. Ivaraj was saved when it was Rimuru's turn to check the seal which held her, and found that she was trying to fight her own nature to attain reason, so Ciel suggests that she should help her attain reason, since someone should reward her work. So Rimuru gave Ivaraj her reason and created some seals so that she can gradually get used to her power. Since that day, she has been living with them. The two people in the dining room looked at them and greeted them. Veldanava. Good morning, big sis. Ivaraj. Good morning, Rimuru. Rimuru. Good morning, you two. Wait for a bit and I will make breakfast for us. Ciel. I shall do it, Master, so you can sit with them. Ciel said that and went to the kitchen to cook. Rimuru just looked at her moment before shrugging her shoulders and went to sit with the others. Rimuru. Hey, you guys, me and Ciel are going for a trip to see my student, so you guys will be in charge of the shop. Veldanava. That's rare. How long do you plan to stay, big sis? Rimuru. I'm about 10 years since I will stay there for a while. Ivaraj. Oh, so you shall make shows there. Rimuru. Now, I don't need to do that since his soul is like a type S, and those people have trouble coming to their doorsteps every day. Ivaraj. So should we just run the shop like usual? Rimuru. But don't worry, the chefs will be enough to make the food, and I can also have some subordinates come if we need more staff. The security will be okay since you guys are here. Ivaraj. Very well, it should be manageable if you out it that way. Veldanava. Don't worry, big sis, me and Iva can handle the shop. You should just have fun. Rimuru. Okay, but if you really have any problems, just ask me or Ciel using thought communication. Ivaraj. Hi, we'll probably able to manage it without interfering with your journey. As they were chatting, Ciel came to the dining room with food in her hands. Ciel. Here is your meals, enjoy. They all ate and got ready for their day. The first to leave was Rimuru and Ciel. They left the house and walked towards the only building that exists in this dimension, the restaurant. They opened the doors to the restaurant and went to their respective fields. Rimuru went to the kitchen and Ciel went to the garden to pluck the ingredients such as tea, fruits, vegetables, and some others. Well, you may ask, how do you do this and bring them all? Well, the answer is magic, since Ciel has the best control over magic. She was tasked to do this because she can pluck and chose the best fruits without harming the tree. As they were preparing, the workers began to come one by one. Most of the workers are demons, mythical beasts in their human form, and lastly, the pixies. These people have a minimum power of archdemons. The demons are the ones who work for the primordials. They come here as to show their loyalty and boredom. The mythical creatures are the ones Rimuru crested to guard Their races, and since they descendants are doing Their duties, they come here to repay Their kindness to Their master, and since they are bored, the pixies come here, since the spirits Rimuru created can't come here because of their duties. They all came and greeted Rimuru and Ciel and went to their duties. After an hour or so the customers began to flood the restaurant. There are a few reasons this restaurant is famous. Firstly, the food is heavenly since Rimuru and Ciel perfected their cooking arts, and the other is because Rimuru's subordinates come here to relax. Yes, this seemingly normal restaurant was made by Rimuru to give her subordinates a good relaxation since he can't raise any pay since she isn't running Tempest, so Ciel provided a plan, and that's how the restaurant came to the world. The restaurant is divided into 4 sections. One is the food stall where you order your meal. The other is a tea parlor where you can buy and drink various kinds of teas. The benches at the outside near the trees are made to accommodate the customers. The other section is for fast food such as burgers, barbecue, takoyaki, French fries, etc. The last one is a bar. Well, this bar opens at night. The restaurant works in 2 shifts. One at the day it will be open for lunch, tea, and light snacks, and at night it will be a club. Rimuru first thought of this idea when Veldanava said he wanted to dance, and he kind of missed the atmosphere. So Ciel, being Ciel, created a DJ mixer and teach the innocent souls how to operate it, so Rimuru opined to shop at night solely for entertainment and socialization. The bar was open due to just to create the mood. At night, when the bar opens, Ivaraj becomes the bartender, and Veldanava or Carrera becomes the DJ master. In this nighttime, most who come here are people who are very tired and stressed, so they enjoy most of the time here. Rimuru, after sorting out the necessary things, came outside to where Ciel is currently doing her job. Rimuru: Ciel, how is the harvest these days? Ciel: we will be fine since our customers doesn't seem to increase, so it should be manageable. Rimuru: Ciel, can you give a quest to the guild in Sin City to guard our home, and to bring materials when need be? Ciel: okay, master, I shall send it to Lucifer. I also think the evil gods and the Cho's creators will most likely take this request. Rimuru: yeah, most likely it would be the evil gods. I heard the Cho's creators are pranking some heroes, so they won't get a wind of it. Ciel: master, you're still delusional about fear fanatism for you. You know they will stop whatever they are doing and do your job. It is same for the Sin City. If you didn't tell them, that if you personally inform them to move, they most likely will be the first ones to accept the quest. Rimuru: yeah, awkwardly scratching her chin, well, who would have thought they all worship me as a big sister? Ciel: master, you literally created Sin City and the 8 sins, so to them you are their master, and you made the aimless evil gods a place to call home and a job, and you are the role model for the Cho's creators, since you by nature is mischief to the point you might as well gain divinity from mischief. Rimuru: okay, you don't have to rub it on me. Ciel: Asterisk looks towards the shop. Asterisk, master, it seems customers have began to come. We should go in as well. Rimuru: yeah, let's do that. Both Rimuru and Ciel walks to the shop, holding hands. Rimuru-sama, we should open the shop now. Rimuru: yeah, okay, we can open it. Tamamu. Tamamu is a 10-tailed fox who is the progenitor of the Kitsune tribe. She is one of the progenitors who came here because of boredom. Tamamu is a Kitsune with blue and white fur. She is the representation of the moon's power. She is worshipped as the goddess of the moon. Tamamu: very well, Rimuru-sama. Equals time skip 8 hours Rimuru POV. It is about 5 p.m. in the evening, which is time for the bar to open. The bar is run by Ivaraj, and she is currently preparing the counter. I still in my maid uniform went to see her. You heard it right, I'm in a maid outfit. Yeah, the almighty Dragon Empress. The ruler of the underworld is wearing a maid outfit, while having Shuna and Shine making me their personal dress doll for more than a decade, made me numb to it, and throwing Ciel to the mix, I basically lost my shame, and it's not like I'm the only one wearing it. I managed to make Ciel wear it too, and it's not like my subordinates will make fun of me. I mean, I can even bet that all of my female subordinates are having a good time wearing a maid outfit with me. Also, it's not every day that I wear it. I only wear it for 2 days every week, and today happened to be one. Rimuru: hey Iva, is everything ready for tonight? Ivaraj: yeah, everything here is fine, well, except for Veldanava. Have you seen Veldanava? Rimuru: he went inside the house, saying that he needs to party for my departure. Ivaraj: are you really fine with that? Isn't he like simply saying for you to go away? Rimuru: wait. You have a huge misunderstanding. He only throw a party because he will miss me for the next few years, and this is like a simple farewell party. Ivaraj, Sai, I still can't believe how your customs work. This is simply too complicated. Rimuru, come on, it's not like we are complicated beings. It's just that you are missing out the fun being a loner. Ivaraj, well, whatever, let's just open this bar or whatever. No one's POV. The night shift of the restaurant went like usual, but with the addition of having a big farewell party, which made the venue quite lively, but it all stopped at about 11 p.m. due to closing time. Rimuru and the others decided to clean up fast so that they can go to sleep and leave in the early morning, and they did exactly that. Now we can see Rimuru and Ciel in their true dragon outfit at the doorstep ready to leave. Ivaraj, will the underworld be fine without you? Rimuru, it will be fine since the V.O.W, voice of the world, can run the reincarnation cycle normally without me, and Ciel is still supervising it. Veldora, well, take care, Nay-san. Bring me some speciality when you come back. Rimuru, yeah, sure. Almost forgot to tell you, when our siblings come here to complain, tell them to solve their own problems with themselves. Veldora, asterisk, sweating asterisk, nay, sin, you know that telling them, that means my death, right? Ciel, just run away. Since you have the storm element, you have the highest speed amongst true dragons, and it's not like you are weak. Rimuru, yeah, what Ciel said, it's true, so don't sweat it. And if they are really misbehaving, asterisk, demonic voice, asterisk, I will personally come and discipline them in my time chamber. Ivaraj, asterisk, little scared, asterisk, hey, Veldora, I think we should really calm your siblings when they come here, because even I feel a little scared when she's like that. Veldora, yeah, we should able to calm them down when she's going like that. Rimuru, well, anyways, let's go, Ciel. Ciel, yes, master, asterisk, enters into Rimuru's body, asterisk. Rimuru then transforms into her dragon form. 1. Rimuru in dragon form. Well, then I'll be going now. Rimuru takes up to the sky and opens a portal into Saperd. Ivaraj, hey, why can't you just teleport there? Veldora, haha, well, that's because unlike us, Nay-san is very busy, so she doesn't have time to transform to her dragon form. Ivaraj, so well, it's understandable, but I still can't begin to think who the eldest of your family is. Even Veldanava is less matured compared to her. Veldora, ha ha ha, well, this might come as a surprise to you, but Nay-san is the most matured and the most childish of all of us. She's called the Cho's creator for a reason. And as for your question, well, Nay-san literally controls the world that our big brother created. But we have a theory. Ivaraj, oh, what kind of theory? Veldora, well, I think Big Brother learned to create the world with Nay-san, since we can tell that Nay-san is the strongest among us. So we think that Nay-san created half of the world. Ivaraj, I think you were right about that theory, because even when I was sealed by your big brother, my seal was easily broken by her, and she even gave me a chance which even your brother couldn't do. Veldora, well, knowing him, I most likely think that he got flustered and shut his own brain, while Nay-san did beat him black and blue after she was free beacus of his stupidity. No one's POV. A black and dark purple dragon can be seen flying across the void. This is no other than the Void Empress, the ruler of hell, and the queen of the underworld, Rimuru Tempest. Rimuru, hey, Ciel, what is the status of him now? Ciel, he is currently in the process of being born master. His soul and source have successfully merged and is in the process of returning his memory. Rimuru, knowing him, he most likely is going to say something stupid in his birth. So anyways, where is his location? Ciel, in the north side of the continent, in a secluded village. He is born to 2 half-blood parents. Rimuru, oh, that's interesting. I thought he most likely will turn into a pure-blooded parents. Ciel, it looks like that sword's special ability has been used, and his fate was elitered a little. Rimuru, wait, you don't mean that sword that can eliter fate? You made to test my ultimate skill, goddess of fate. Ciel, yes, master. Rimuru, why the hell would you leave such a sword unattended? Do you know how much of a catastrophe that sword can create? Ciel, worry not, master. I made some precautions so that only a hero can wield that sword. Also, I gave it some rules, so it can only use its special skill if it was extremely necessary, and it should also have to have my permission to do so. Rimuru, well, whatever, it's not like that is the most nonsensical thing in that world. Ciel, Master, that world was born from Veldanava's desire for an independent world. Rimuru. Yeah, it's always because of my brother that problem arises. Ciel. Master, as much as I would like to agree with you, that world has no connection to him, so the VOW denies it as his creation. Rimuru. I mean, I kind of get it. The whole world is managed by those Titan gods who represents order and spirits who represent concepts. Hell, even the humans and Mizoku can get stronger by utilizing their sources. I have to say that world is way messed up than I initially thought at that time. Ciel. Master, you know that compared to our world is way crueler, and it is very unstable. Rimuru. Yeah, I know his birth is literally a sign for distraction of that world, and if we didn't teach him how to control his demonic power, his aura alone is enough to destroy that fragile world. Ciel. Master, after analyzing his aura and source, I have come to realize a new discovery. Rimuru. Oh, and what is that asterisk, curious asterisk? Ciel. That is that the universe made beings to destroy it. For example, we could see Azathoth, who governs the concept of devour. I speculate that his role was to destroy unstable and out-of-control worlds. Rimuru. So you mean to say that there are beings, or more likely supreme deities, that govern concepts that destroy the universe? Ciel. Yes, Master, since beings like Veldanava, who governs creation concepts, do the beginning, beings like Azathoth do the end. And if my speculation is correct, there's being that governs the concept end. At that time, a certain air-headed goddess sneezes in her home, the sanctuary. Airhead goddesses. Why did I sneeze like that? Oh, I know, is this like that thing Kaido-san said when someone mentions me? But who could it be? I can't be Kaido, since I'm watching him. How curious. Rimuru. Anyways, it's not like our business, Ciel. It's not our world, and meddling in other people's business always put a bad taste in my mouth. Ciel. Okay, Master. And I believe it is very unlikely for us to intervene since he still cares for that world. Rimuru. Well, yeah, that's why he has that king title given to him, even by his enemies. Ciel. Master, we have arrived at our destination, so I highly advise you to cast illusion and retract your aura. Rimuru. Yeah, Ciel, manage my aura and also activates illusion, King Mephisto. This is Zijin's ultimate skill, and since this Rimuru has skill bank, he can borrow skills from his subordinates. Rimuru's dragon body began to despair into nothing, and since Ciel's aura control is at 100%, not even the gods who governs order detected anything. Well, except one goddesses. Rimuru first appeared in a forest in the human world. Why the human continent, you ask? Well, is in the middle of that world, so it is very easy to navigate. The human world is at a size comparable to a continent, so I will write as human continent from now on. As soon as she appears in the sky, a figure could be seen waiting for her. This figure is also invisible except for Rimuru and Ciel. Rimuru looked at the figure. Rimuru. It has been a while, Elenigia. Elenigia. It has been a while, Void Empress. Rimuru. Oh, come on, are you still calling me by my title when I said it was unnecessary? Elenigia. If it was truly peaceful, I wouldn't mind, but the situation is out of hand here. Rimuru. Asterisk, narrowing her eyes, asterisk. How much of a problem are we talking about? Elenigia. The gods have began to move, and due their simple-mindedness, they seek only revenge and not their duties. Rimuru. So they finally lost it, huh? Elenigia. Yes, it is sad to see my daughter having a very bad mood these years. Rimuru. Well, I can only sympathize with you. Well, at least one of your daughters have it easy. Elenigia. I wouldn't be that sure about that since the way things are going. Rimuru. Well, that is life, so we just gotta roll with it. Anyways, it was nice seeing, but I have to go check up on my student. Elenigia. Very well, it was nice meeting you too, Void Empress. As soon as she said that, she disapered into particles. Rimuru. Well, to think that the creator herself would have trouble managing her subordinates is new even for me. I thought those god race would listen to their superior, as she is the highest order in their own theory. Ciel. Master, though I have yet to fully understand emotions, I can tell that their arrogance has led to them having a twisted mindset. Rimuru-sai. I just came here to see a student, and he just had to have things complicated around him. Sai, this is so troublesome, and the thing is I'm certain he will not accept my help, since it is his fault to begin with. Anyway, Ciel, let's go. Saying so, Rimuru went to the north of the continent. Equals 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 time skip equals 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 equals. In the age of gods, there was a demon who led his people against the great war against all races. He killed the invading humans, burned the forest of spirits, and bathed in the blood of gods. Due to tyrannical nature, he was called the Demon King of Tyranny. His name is. In an unknown village, there's a lady giving birth to her baby. After a while, we can hear a baby's cry. The mother can be seen smiling at her child. Her name is Isabella. She is a mixed demon with light brown hair with green eyes. Next to her is her husband Gusta. He is a muscular man with dark brown hair with purple eyes. Both of them are currently smiling and looking at their child, who is currently curled in his mother's arms. Gusta, honey, how is our baby boy? Isabella, he is all right, sweetie? Oh, looks like he's about to awake. Gusta, so do you have a name we should call him? Isabella, yes, we should call him Enos Voldegod. Both of them turn to look at their child. Enos, my name is Enos Voldegod. Isabella / Gusta, screaming, did our son just talk? Plus. Psy kid, you should learn when to hold back when scaring people. Both the parents and child looked at their door to see a teenage girl with silvery blue hair and golden eyes holding a basket of fruits, flowers, and a heart-shaped balloon. Yep, you're right, this is our one and only Rimuru Tempest. Rimuru, hello, I'm your new neighbor, so I came to say hello, and I heard a new childbirth, so I brought some gifts. There was a awkward silence in the room, but that silence was broken by an unnatural baby. Enos, oh hey Rimuru, it's nice to see you too. Rimuru, oh hey there, I brought you some mushrooms you like so much. Isabella, oh who are you again? Rimuru, alright, my name is Rimuru Tempest. Well, as you heard, I'm your new neighbor, and I kinda know who your little boy is, so I brought some gifts for him. Gusta, how? Rimuru, I know him since he is a reincarnation, and I came through the front door since it is open, and I knocked twice. Isabella, dear, I thought you closed the door when the midwife left. Gusta turned his head away and started murmuring. Gusta, I was in a hurry to see my baby boy. Isabella, well, let's leave it at that. So, Rimuru, will you have dinner with us? I will make some mushroom soup. Rimuru, I would very much love to. Enos, cursed * his body grows to that when a 7-year-old *. Well, that's better. Looks like this is the limit of this spell. Well, I should revise it. Gusta, what is that? Enos, oh, that's a growth spell, nothing special. Isabella, my baby is a genius. He can already use magic. Gusta, Enos, you made me proud *, crying *, this calls for a celebration. While is this happening, Rimuru? Rimuru, *, murmuring *, wow, they're still like that even now. No, I think their personality boosted even more after reincarnation. Well, it's still good that Enos finally gets his family back. Enos, did you say something, Rimuru? Rimuru, now, just enjoying the show. Isabella, oh my, let's go to the dining room to have a celebration. Rimuru-chan, will you help me with the cooking? Rimuru, sure thing. Gusta, son, let's have a father bonding time while setting up the table. Enos, yeah, let's do that. In the kitchen. Rimuru, here, let me help you there. Isabella, oh, thank you, dear. I'm just curious, but are you a chef? Rimuru, oh, what makes you think like that? Isabella, well, let's just call it instinct. Rimuru, well, you were right. I run a restaurant at my last place. Isabella, really * stars in her eyes *, that's amazing. Rimuru, well, it's nothing that big. Will you hand me that, please? Isabella, oh, right here. Rimuru, thanks you. Isabella, I wish my Enos could bring her as my daughter-in-law. At dinner ****. All, itade kamasu. Isabella / Gusta, it is heavenly. Isabella, Rimuru-chan, this is so much good. Rimuru, come on, it's not that good. Isabella, it is Rimuru-chan * with vigor *. Rimuru could only smile wryly. Gusta, oh right, Rimuru, I heard you came yesterday to this neighborhood. Rimuru, * nodded *, yes, I just moved in yesterday. Isabella, so why did you move in here, Rimuru-chan? Rimuru, well, I came here to buy some land for my parents to build a resort. Gusta, oh, that's interesting. Will you renovate that house? Rimuru, yes, that's what I was thinking. Gusta, then leave blacksmithing to me, and I can also find some friends to help and renovate it. Rimuru, that is very helpful. Thank you very much. Gusta, don't worry about it. It's the least we can do for this delicious meal. Rimuru then looked at Anos, who was in his own world, eating the food in his plate. Anos, come. When you are done, come see me. Anos looked at Rimuru and nodded. Asterisk at night, in Anos' room, asterisk. Anos, it really is surprising to see you here, big sis. Rimuru, well, I came here to see my little student who thought using life force to create a barrier to diminish the war problem. Anos, so you are still mad at me for using that spell. Rimuru, of course I'm mad. Asterisk pinches ear asterisk, did you forget that I, your big sister and teacher, will always help you if you asked? Anos, oh, I'm sorry, okay, but I am the demon king of tyranny, so I have to do things on my own. Rimuru, yeah, do that and don't die, and isn't like you have your full power now. Anos, yeah, that's strange, I think I have about 25%. Rimuru, did you think that your Vezel, which has no training, can handle your full power? Anos looked away, not daring to meet Rimuru's eyes. Rimuru, Sayu, well, it's a good thing I came here, or you would be training the old-fashioned way. Anos, what are you going to do? Rimuru, I'm going to turn back time on your soul, and let your remaining power come back to you. After that, I would seal it so more the body would adapt, more of your power would be released. Anos, thank you, Rimuru, but why do you think should have my full power, not that I mind it? Rimuru, the gods have began to move, and honestly, you have more people coming for your head than in the Great War. Anos, well, so much for peace. Rimuru, yeah, I know I had that problem too. When I was just an awakened demon lord, the human nations almost send their armies just to defeat me and rule over my capital. Anos, must be tough. Rimuru, yes, but that is way easier than doing paperwork more than a decade. Anos, I completely agree. I always thought fighting gods is easier than doing that mountain of paperwork. Rimuru, yeah, but I heard there is king who always does his paperwork to the point that his ministers come to his room just to kick him away from work. Anos, is he right in the head, or is he one of the people who are called workaholic? Rimuru, yeah, he is one of them. Anos, tough luck being him. Rimuru, anyways, put that depressing guy aside. We go and get you admitted to the Demon King Academy, so make sure to be in top shape. Anos, you know I can't use that gross spell cursed until a few days, right? Rimuru, yes, so what's the problem? Anos, don't you think I should at least have an appropriate age until I enroll there? Rimuru, Anos, you're going to attend that school in a month, so you don't have to worry, but you should spend some time with your parents since you finally have your family back. Anos, yeah, you're right. I will just read easy in this month, but how would you get my enrolled? Rimuru, don't know, but Ciel said she can handle it, also I will be coming with you. Anos, oh, why is it I thought you don't like to go to school? Rimuru, that's harsh, and it's not like I don't like to go to school, it's just that I always feel weird being a student since I used to be a teacher. Anyways, since this is my vacation, I'm going to enjoy it. Anos, whatever you can do as you like. Rimuru, anyways, go get some sleep now, you still have a child's body. Anos, asterisk and asterisk, you're going to do that, good night. Rimuru, good night, Anos. It has been about 3 weeks since Anos' reincarnation. During this time, Rimuru trained Anos, so he can adapt to his new body and for his source to be synchronized. Rimuru also taught Anos some new spells she and Ciel found public knowledge. And now Rimuru can be seen with Anos in his room, sitting and chatting happily. While this was happening, an owl flew towards them from the window and landed on Rimuru's shoulder. This owl handed a letter to Rimuru. Rimuru happily took the latter while patting the owl. Rimuru then opened it, and after fully reading it, she turned to the owl and said, "We will be there." The owl nodded and left through the window. She then turned to Anos and said, smiling, "Pack your bags, we're going to mid-haze." Anos just tilted head and asked why. "Well, kid, we're going to school, to be specific. We're going to the school your descendants created just for you, the Demon King's Academy." Anos just nodded. "Well, it's not like I can argue with you," Rimuru then said. "This academy is said to build for the sole purpose of welcoming their founder, and this generation is very special due to having their founder's reincarnation year. So this year is called the Generation of Chaos. So if you want to be crowned again, you have to enroll in a school." Anos immediately created, and Crusto began to turn into a teenager. "Then what are we waiting for? Let's show them that their founder has returned. Rimuru just chuckled at this. Both of them, then, went to see Enos's parents about the news. And as expected, they cried out in joy and was a bit saddened by their departure. But what happened next for Rimuru shocked him. Enos turned to Rimuru and asked, "Rimuru, can you do me a favor and make preparations for my parents to come with us, please?" and bowed his head. This shocked Rimuru because Enos, even in his teenage years, didn't ask for anything. Even when he was a powerless kid, he still had his high in pride. Rimuru smiled brightly at her student's new change and said, "It shall be done," then turned to his parents and said, "You two pack your bags, you're coming with us, and don't worry about the workshop. I have spelled to shrink it so that we will able transport it to Mid-Haze and set it up when we buy some land." Both cried tears of joy and hugged Rimuru and Enos in a group hug. Rimuru just smiled at their antics. "Ciel, can you finish the preparations for us?" "Already done, master. Fufu, as expected, you knew he would ask me for help if it was for his parents, yes." Time skip. In the capital of Dilhade, near the Demon King Academy entrance, a crowd can be seen gathered there. This is because today is the day when a new batch of students can be enrolled to the academy. But not any batch of students. This year is said to be the year that Their founder would reincarnate, so this generation is called the Generation of Chaos. But even among this crowd, two people can be seen getting for attention than the other. Well, it is simply because, good luck Enos-chan, good luck Rimuru-chan. Do yours best. We will be cheering for you. Yes, it is because Gusta and Isavala is cheering, both Rimuru and Enos being the center of intention. So what is those two doing? Enos: "Hey Rimuru, seems like the magic power of demons have diminished a lot." Rimuru: "Well, it's because they don't train like others during the war days, and they still think that the magic power they have at birth is their limit." Enos: "So how much has peace affected them?" Rimuru: "Well, if I have to say, their individual strength is low, but their teamwork is a lot better than those days. And with the magic artifacts they created, they cover their weaknesses." Yes, these two completely ignored their surrounding. While Enos never had a habit of protecting his image, and Rimuru, well, let's just say that she is too old for that shit. Just as they were going on their way, they heard something really interesting. "Come on, Misha, you can do it." Both of them turned to the side and saw a young girl with pale skin, white hair, and big blue eyes that fade into a lighter color at the end. Her hair is short and messy, but also has long bangs in the front. She also turned towards them. All of them stared at each other for a second before Enos said, "It seems we both are victims for our parents' antics." She just nodded. Enos then said, "My name is Enos Voldegode, and this is Rimuru Tempest. So what is your name?" Just as she was about to answer, the latter in her hands fell towards the ground. Enos saw this and smiled and picked it up for her. He saw a name on the letter and read aloud, "Misha Necron." "So that's your name?" Misha just nodded shyly. While Enos is flirting, Rimuru is having a serious talk with Ciel. Ciel, doesn't her magical aura feel similar to Militia? It is highly likely that she is half of her soul master. But why is her soul fading? A spell has been used to disturb the merging of sources. It is highly likely that this spell is used to fuse two new sources to create a new one. So if we destroy this spell, can't we let her source merge with its existing half? No master for this spell to work it is necessary to have two people with the same condition of having only one half of a god soul, or it should be two souls with the same wavelengths, which is rare in this world. So you're telling me that Misha's other half also have a god soul? Yes, master. Now, that is interesting. Ciel analysis Misha's soul and source, and find the differences between hers and Militia's. If my hypothesis is correct, Misha is actually the reincarnation of Militia. Yes, master. Analysis beginning. 30% complete. 50%. Analysis complete. Searching for differences with Militia. Complete. 70% similarities can be found. So it is likely that her soul mutated after being forcibly kept apart. Master, I advise you to search her other half. of my analysis, I found two different energy signatures keeping the spell that divide her soul. One is a demon elderman signature, and the other is a god signature. Rimuru scowls tisk, so those guys are behind this. If I had to guess, they thought of using two gods to create an ultimate god to kill Enos. Ciel use Fate Eraser to destroy Misha's fate. Yes, master.